Happy New Year, everybody. It is me, Dave, aka Starscreamer, and, well, we are trying something a little different. We are going to be going for a full YouTube channel this year. I will still be writing for Starscreamersrants.com. Again, www.wordpress.starscreamer.com, where the written review will still be going on, I assure. But we're trying to just get with the times, I guess, add a little more media. So we are going to end/start this year with a full top 10 review. So these are all be figures that some I have put on the site, others haven't been able to, just due to time. This year I did start a new job, so that's what, and I was in classes, so that's why there was only like 31 reviews this year. Hope to kind of increase with that. But enough with then. We are working with the best and the worst. So we're going to do a little different format. I plan on doing 2 raves with a rant. So top 10 awesome ones, 5 mess, and there will be some honorable mentions. So that being said, hey Kara, what number are we starting with?
10!
My top 10, number 10. Masterpiece Shockwave. I had to have it when I saw the with the post, and if you saw the review, you know I do have Quakewave. And yes, this is not the best. It could use a lot more paint, but this hits the tune accuracy. You had the little gun, which was really neat. Quakewave didn't come with that, and the transformation was pretty sweet. This really got me back into the Takara masterpieces. I was actually more third party than first party, and this was one of the figures that kind of really steamrolled it all for me. I got a full masterpiece collection. Yeah, I got a full masterpiece collection up top over here. And Shockwave really bolstered the Decepticon side. So for my number 10 masterpiece, Shockwave. Number 9 is actually a tie because it's the same mold. I really liked Ironhide. I know some people thought he looked a little too tubby, but I mean, especially when you have him in hand. In pictures is one thing, but in hand is a totally different game. The accessory count was absolutely fantastic. And then with Ratchet, which I really am sad I didn't do like the formal review on, but Ratchet's sled had an entirely different set of accessories. With this, you had tools, you had an effect part, where Ironhide was all nozzles and all. Ratchet, you just got an entirely different set, and that I think really set it off. Coupled with that, Ratchet had stickers, while Ironhide was pretty much pre-designed. That was one of the reasons why these guys were so low. I am a fan of these. Again, once you have them in hand, it really is a game changer. So, number 9, the Ratchet Ironhide mold. Okay, for raves, I couldn't get her to do anything cute, I'm sorry. So, for the first of the raves, number 5, I'm actually going to go with, and hear me out here, the black symbiote costume Spidey from the new Spider-Man wave. I literally just got this last night on the 30th. Found a very good dealer. And, well, yes, it's the Pizza Spidey mold. Yes, he is super posable. But here's the thing. These shoulders right here. You have to work them. I have seen on a lot of my Facebook groups this whole thing just popping right out. I had to work it loose. So, yeah, that's probably my biggest issue. It's the quality control. And yes, it's a black cop-out for a remold. This was on the same list that could have had the hood, which I think I would have much preferred a hood figure than a black repaint, which they probably would have given us anyway. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I've seen some fantastic photos done with this. I have no issues with no thwipping hands. I I'm more from the fact that it is the symbiote, so it has the black dot that shoots the web out. So, but it's just coupled with the fact of the quality control, and it's a cop-out figure. I could have gotten something cooler with this, and so you are my first rant of my last or first rant, depending when you watch this.
Number 8.
Back to the positive. Deadpool. What can be said here? We've been wanting this figure. I actually used to have the old Toy Biz X-Men wave. I ended up giving that away, and man, I'm kicking myself years later. I mean, you had a plethora of accessories, masks. You know, he didn't need a Build-A-Figure part. They knew he would sell without one. I mean, he had the taco, the paint. Yes, the weapons could have had a little more paint on them. But aside from that, this was like a near-perfect figure. And it's the near-perfect is why he's lower on my top 10. This is using the Bucky Cap mold. And one of the big things is, like, these elbows here, they're gummy. After handling some of the other figures in this wave, I mean, the X-Men wave altogether was probably Marvel Legends' best wave all year, in my humble opinion. Which we have a lot. We'll have some. We'll be talking back on that. But if it wasn't for the fact of the gummy joints, this guy would have been in the top 5. But because of that is why he's lower. But he's still. If you don't have him, you need him. I still plan on getting the Revel Tech, but this is an awesome, awesome, awesome toy. Next, we're talking Titans Returns Blur. One of the things I didn't get in the review is the fact that I didn't notice the little crest thing could actually be pulled up. So I found that up like a couple weeks later, but hey. This caught me off guard. It's a fantastic mold, as I said. This was bringing with the stand ports that all the Titan Returns has. Well, okay, maybe not all, but just about all of them have. Posable. My biggest fault on this one is he didn't have an Autobot symbol on his chest, and that's my biggest complaint. The Titan Returns gimmick, it works. It actually adds more for the transformations. And the uses that they got out of this mold, I had no problem with. I loved Brainstorm. The only reason Brainstorm isn't in the top 10 is because he's a remold. If I hadn't had Blur, he'd probably be in the spot instead. I have seen that they want to make using Rodimus for an RC mold. I would totally use this for an RC. So, Titans Return Blur, again, great love, shows the G1. That's why you're on my list. Fans Project. I loved you. And you gave me this. Number 4, my raves. Fans Project Browning 2. Their version of Highbrow. I love, if you've been to the site, again, I did a full review on this guy. If you were on the site on here, you know this guy really let me down. I loved all the previous entries in their Headmaster wave. And there was just something, this was just off. It's like, again, like the first time, I think I said, like Diet Soda. You just could feel that something was off. I mean, the posability was there. I mean, the joints are tight, but it's always just, it was just off. The alt mode is god-awful. Flat out god-awful. I mean, for the price I'm paying on this stuff, I should just put Fans Project in general. This year you failed me. Someone send Oliver Queen there. You know, Fans Project, you failed this fandom. I'm sorry. With what you did with the Dino King Combiner, I'm still going to go all the way through with it. But I'm done with you guys, period. And this was easily the nails right here. The alt mode just so horrible. The fact the heads aren't transferable with the other ones, it was inconsistent. I mean, again, this normally would have everything I like. I like asymmetry. I like posability. I like strong ratchets. He does it all. I got no issues with that. But it's just a whole... It's like The Matrix 2. All the pieces were there. You had the actors, the choreography, even the music. But when you watched it, you're just like... Huh? Browning 2. So you... Number 4 in my rants.
6.
Back to the positive. Astro Train. Oh my god. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I said in my review, I put a little bit more love into it, you know, from adding silver to it, panel lining it. There's just so much good in this. I passed on Sentinel for obvious reasons for this, and it was worth the wait. Both modes are fantastic. Nice updated look for the futuristic train, awesome looking shuttle work. The Takara one looks good. I still think it's worth getting this guy. Take a Gundam pen to it, or your favorite panel liner. Take a silver Sharpie to it. It's worth the time. It looks good. You have a figure that, again, invokes the G1 in every way you like, with a modern update to it. This one doesn't have the functioning stand ports, but I really could care less. It's just that good. Astro Train was my first, real toy. I mean, I had Brawn as my first Transformer, but Astro Train was my first, real Decepticon. So, I got a little bit of love to this guy. And this guy, Astro Train, freaking takes it all. Bonus points if you use 8-Face or Crash Bash for faces. Just gives a little more fun to it. So, easy, top 10.
5.
More X-Men waves. Rogue. I really, really wish I had gotten to do a formal review of her. She photographs very well. This is the Jim Lee costume we have always wanted. This is a Marvel Legend female figure that is just done right. I even forgive no double elbows, even though that's always my biggest rant with them. The jacket, the hair, the way the I'm stuttering because it's just good. The belt is great. Off to the have it look to the side. There is nothing I would have changed on this. Really, this was a perfect figure. On the X-Men wave, again, this is easily one of the highlights of that one. I mean, I put her above Deadpool, easy. Maybe do with if I get those figure arts from the Street Fighter figure arts, I could finally do a Marvel Capcom thing, you know. But if you did not get her, kick yourself. You might be able to find her at a Walmart, especially here in North Carolina. They're just putting out that X-Men wave right now. So, Rogue, awesome. Rant time. Galvatron. I wanted to like this figure. I really wanted to like this figure. And it's all because of this stupid gimmick. It's one of the... That's probably the number one thing that killed it for me. Again, if they went with the head that was on the box, where the crown was actually on the Titan Master, that would have saved this. I mean, the arm, the gun being pegged here, I can deal with it. But this head is weird. It's, you think 90% being awesome wouldn't put there, but that's what made it fail. Just that little bit. You know, it's like when you find out that one guy died in that one movie, and you're just like, really? That's what Galvatron is for me. A lot of awesome. I mean, it's got the colors, it's got the gun mode, but this just kills it cosmetically, playability-wise. Hasbro, we need to have a talk.
Right.
Next, it killed me I never did a full review of this guy. Taskmaster, phenomenal Marvel Legend. I have been begging for this guy. In my previous reviews, I said, where's my Marvel Legends Taskmaster? Where's my Taskmaster? Hasbro gave me a Taskmaster! And I never reviewed him. I still took photos of him, don't get me wrong. And, okay, yeah, some of the balance issues were off, but so much of this was new. From the legs, the mask, the body type, that was reused a couple times, but the arms, the laser sword, the Captain America shield, 2 heads. I stuck with the the Studio Udon head from my postability, and you still had the one from the Spider-Man cartoon. But this was as near perfect as it got. If only the guns could come out of the holsters, that's it. And maybe if he came with pistols. But after that, this is a fantastic, fantastic legend. He's not out there. I know he's not. Maybe you can find him on the third party, see him on the toy show circuit. If you are into the scale and you don't have this guy already, you should be having him. Next up, Spider-Man 2099 from the new Spider-Man wave. Had to give something good to this, and there's some fantastic figures in this one, and I will be getting to them, but this buck is freaking sweet. No peg hole in the back is probably one of the two things I would change on this, and I will be trying to get a formal review out in January on the webpage, but no peg hole, and he needed web wings. Aside from that, this figure, I need to get some formal pictures up for you, so this is all I've got right now. But beautiful paint on the toes. These butterfly joints, oh my gosh, look how far back he can go. I mean, this is like the Michael Phelps. This is the Phelps of action figures here. This guy is ready to do the butterfly. I mean, the blades here on the arm. I went and actually read all of Spider-Man 29 of the current run, so I have no problem with this suit. I do still like the original one, and like some of the other reviewers have said, could use more hands. Easily needs the Talon claws. But that's literally fanboy nitpicking. I'm looking forward to see what they can do with this body type. I mean, here I'm looking at you right now, and I can just, in a second here, get you a gorgeous hi. I'm about to give you the greatest haymaker, one of the worst haymakers you've ever had. So, yes, absolutely. I can see why this figure's in demand right now. Probably the sleeper of that line. So, Spider-Man 29. You jumped in at the very end of the year and you made it this high on the list. What can I say? And with the good comes the bad. Jean Grey. Cop out. Flat out cop out. I mean, okay, she's using the Mystic Hands, but this is just a repaint. I mean, where'd Rogue go? Where did I put Rogue? I got Jim Lee Awesome, and I get this. Really? If you were gonna give me a Jean Grey this year, why not get me the Jean Grey one from the 90s? You could have had, I mean, we've got Cyclops from the 90s coming out. The only other version we have that looks like her is absolutely god-awful. The previous Phoenix we had is this Phoenix. So, yeah. You could have given me some effects, maybe? I mean, again, kind of like the Black Spider-Man. I understand it was a quick cash grab. At least the Black Spider-Man, you know, I mean, that one really took me out because of the quality. But it looks cool and all. It stands. It's Pizza Spidey. It's a great buck. This is the generic female thing, which, I mean, that's it. It's, the X-Men wave was near perfect, and this is it. This is the grapefruit in my fruit salad. I despise grapefruit. This, I mean, the head sculpt's great. I've popped this off and put it on other figures. It looks great on the Kitty Pryde body, to be honest. But, I don't know. I mean, this Phoenix, I would, as I said, I would prefer the Jim Lee. We're going on a Jim Lee run. Let's finish up the 90s and do it right.
2.
Okay, we are almost done with this list. We're getting towards, we got this guy, and then we got some honorable mentions. This is Kamen Rider Double Renewal. This is the, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. I'll look it up and we'll have it here for you. But, oh my gosh. Double was probably I watched Decade first. Yeah, Decade. But Double is the first Kamen Rider series I actually watched and really, really enjoyed, like, for the sake of a good story. And I got the first one, I got the first Double, I got Heat Metal, I got pretty much all the variations except the Luna ones because I thought Luna was stupid. And this figure, I almost wish I never bought any of them because this came out. I love this extra long scarf. It's just really cool, like for the standing. Don't have much to complain about except for maybe the fact that the little Gaia memories are way too easy to lose. But aside from that, if you are an SH Figure Arts collector, and if you are a Kamen Rider collector, if you are an import collector, you know, you've got no problem paying $40 to $60 for a figure. This is one you need. Gorgeous coloring, gorgeous sculpt. Joints are, you know, uniform. There is, aside from those little Gaia memories, nothing. My biggest problem with the first one was the hands, because they were so freaking tight. They scared the crap out of me to pop them on, pop them off. No issues with this. So, number 2 for 2016, easily earned. And I've got a lot of figure arts. I have a lot of figure arts. I have a lot of figure arts. I have a lot of figure arts. So yeah, needless to say, I have a few figure arts. But this is easily one of the best I have handled. I mean, all of this series of these renewals are fantastic. But Double just, it has the love. I mean, I've been having fun with Kuga. I've been having fun with Agito. But this guy, yeah. I know that... I don't know if that guy picked up the mic, but Kara's around. They're coming out with the skull. I know when I have to have the skull. So, you are number 2. Thank you for sticking with me this far. We're at the 2 most fun categories. The number 1 loved and the number 1 hated. We're keeping the hate. Let's press on. My number 1 rant figure. Seraphicus Premina... Mastermind. Why is this on here, you ask? I mean, it's beautiful. I got gorgeous wings, huge wingspan. Compared to their other stuff, this takes me back to their Annihilator days. You know, with the steampunk style trains and all, like quality wise. You got a lot. This didn't cost too much. If my wife ever found out how much I paid for this, oh God. Please don't tell her. No. To get the full effect here, you had to buy both packs, and that cost too much. The single figure, he had, you know, stuff that was in the booster pack should have been with the single pack, and vice versa. You're paying extra, yes, for the wings, and then you get that display rack for the trailer mode, which, honest to God, is just taking up space on my shelf. I mean, I would have bought this, and I don't know, turn this into something else, but it's just holding the parts on like a gun, you know, like a battle station. I don't know. It cost too much for what I got. If this had cost $30 less, $50 less, that wouldn't have happened. $30 less, $20 less, I wouldn't feel half the angst I do. But that's why this figure made me feel the most regret of all the money I spent this year. I bought 4 mats. He's not unboxed. I don't regret that. This guy, I actually seriously have regrets on. And again, the amount of money they charged for this, no. Looks good. I think he'll look cool on your shelf. Buy it on the secondary market in about 8 months, and hopefully you'll pay a lot less than what we paid for. But yeah, number 1, rant right here. Sorry, Mastermind Creations. If only could find some way to make it up to me. And now we are at the number 1 figure. My most loved figure. The thing that made me say, take my money. And thank you for taking my money. Is it a figure art? Is it an import? Is it a first party? It's Wheelie! No, I'm messing with you. Really? Only 1 figure can take this.
Number 1!
Oh, look! Hi, Mastermind Creations. You made it up to me. Carnifex. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 2 battle modes. I don't count the base. This thing is everything for fandom. You got the 2 heads. You got the weapons. He's imposing. He's posable. Oh my god. He's got a freaking ab crunch. I mean, come on. I figured this size having an ab crunch, I couldn't believe it either. Bobby Skullface said it best, you know, F these shoulders. Oh my god, F these shoulders. I have pictures, and just didn't get all the ones I wanted for the review. But holding this guy, posing this guy, he's got every accessory I could really want with him. I mean, there's of course more I could want, but oh my god, the paint, the sculpting. I was half tempted to do some panel lining on this, but no. The color, it contrasts well enough. All the modes. This is win. This is win right here. So this is what win looks like. I want to say thank you very much. Enjoying my first top 10 review. Hopefully we'll have a lot more for 2017 because, dear God, it's got to go up from here. But on behalf of Starscreamer, Slipstreamer, because, you know, female clone of Starscream. Yeah. I look forward to an awesome 2017. Excuse me?
Can I talk, Daddy?
Only if you're going to say hi.
Hi.
But thank you again. 2017 is going to be awesome. We're hoping to do a lot of cool stuff. You might see more of this one in here. Not quite sure. Of course, please come to Starscreamer's Rants on WordPress, Twitter.
Get this, and Daddy's got this, and he likes this one thing.
Yeah, I do like that little thing. Twitter, @TrueStarscreamer. Instagram, @TrueStarscreamer. Hit me at a couple of the groups. I'm on the Hardcore Collectors.
And this is a redhead who...
Redheads get people into trouble. Hold on, kiddo. On the Syndicate, all the various collectors groups. Seriously, have yourself a safe and happy New Year. And until then, peace.
Like, comment, and subscribe.